There you are. I was beginning to think your shuttle got lost in the supply lanes. Welcome to the Agricultural Center, everyone. This is where the base keeps its roots, quite literally, actually. Behind me, you'll see rows of hydroponic troughs, soil bays, and far too many tea plants for one little gal to justify. My name is Genovese Fox, though most call me Jen. I oversee the agricultural and educational operations here, part researcher, part instructor, part habitual oversharer. If you're new to the base network, I specialize in applied herbal studies and sustainable systems, the intersection between nature, design, and human adaptability. Or, if you prefer simpler terms, grow things. And then I teach others how to grow them. Today's rotation, WRK-001, is what I'd like to call an open working session. Nothing formal, just a shared space for focus and creation. You can think of it as quiet study hall meets research lab with excessive tea breaks. I'll be working on a few internal projects today, mapping our visual archives, drafting outreach dispatches, and, if some time allows, testing a new interface module in the Rive simulator. Nothing too wild, just quiet, necessary work. The sort of thing that keeps the lights humming and the stories flowing. You're welcome to work alongside me, whatever project you've brought from your own corner of the world. I'll check in every so often, refill the tea kettle, and we'll keep each other company while we make some small progress together. So, settle in, find a comfortable corner of the bay. The lamps are warm, the fire's low, and the workday begins now. Oh man. Coming for a scritch. Oh. I just hate when you can't select things like you're supposed to. Just not going to work, huh? Hmm. I'm playing around in PowerPoint. And it's not letting me select this little star. And it's a little bit cranky. I'd zoom it in, but it's being really finicky about what it's letting me work on and what it's not. Yeah, it's very weird. This is a new graphic I haven't played with before, so just trying to get it to sync up with what I have existing is kind of what I'm playing with here. I thought maybe it's because the graphic was so small. I thought I'd zoom in and see if I could catch the handles of it, right? But it's selecting like two pieces of graphics on top of each other. So like think a star on top of a circle, but it's trying to do them as one without letting me select the inner piece. But then when I copy it, it's only giving me one of the pieces. So it's a little bit of a clicky thing. It is acting very strange. Yeah, the old man's on the desk. He jumped up here to join me. He wanted some scritches. Now he's laying nicely in his bed like a good boy. All right, now you got to say, what is Blue Protocol? Is it a game? It's a video game, so yes. It's funny. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but staying focused on work thing is definitely going to be interesting. This PowerPoint is going to be the death of me. Brat. Stop being a brat. I am on my first task, mapping visual archives, which I'm doing in PowerPoint, and it is being a pain in the butt. My lines are snapping in places I don't want them to snap to. I don't know when they decided to make all these lines snap versus just like drawing them on. But you can't get close enough to have them connect. Or they snap and then they snap on top of the... Oh, maybe if I arrange and stick that to the front, maybe it'll stop doing it. Aha! It did. Yes, I'm sure you could do it in Clip Studio a lot better, but I don't know if every member of the research staff is going to want to play in Clip Studio, and I have to be able to make this universal so that they can use it too. So. There's Yippee. Wonder if she sees Safi over there, running around in the burrow. Giving soft little yips. I don't know if you can hear her. Did you? All right, there we go. Now it's cooking. So, I will say that my stars and circle motif now currently look like a shield. I'm not sure I want it to look like a shield. See if that's really where I want to go with that or not. Take the star out. Like that. That's like a shield. That works. How does it convey the information I want to convey? See about that. It's look cleaner, that's for sure. All right, almost done with our first session. I did pretty all right. Got the basics down of it anyway. A good start. I save my project. Yeah. This Pomodoro timer, right? It's only 25 minutes. Trying to keep you focused. Do what you need to do and then get out. But we shall see. All right. Oh. Uh-oh. All right. Now we got a 5-minute break. How are your projects going? If you're working alongside me, drop a log entry into the chat. Even if all you've managed to do is refill your cup, I still count it as ops. I'm going to take a minute to stretch. Maybe scritch the old man who's sitting on the desk. He's now sound asleep, curled up in a little ball. His tail curved all around his leg. He's really cute. Next up, we're going to be drafting research dispatches. That ought to be fun. I tend to rush right through things and not take breaks, so this is really good for me. I have to force myself to stretch and take a minute to calm down. Normally, I'd jump from the first thing to the next thing. I'd be setting up all the screens that I need and managing the tabs and all that bit, but I'm not going to do that yet. Just going to wait for the 5 minutes and take a beat, rest and relax, stretch. Annoy the cat. I hope all of you are doing the same thing. A few more minutes left in our break. Minute. Maybe it's a good time to get a fresh cup of tea if you've gone through yours already. Yippee has come over here to see what life is all about. I'll give her a scritch on the head. Right. It is about... Gotta be about time. Feel like it's been 5 minutes. Except my little app doesn't want to let me change it. Okay, maybe it thinks we still have a few more minutes. We're going to go with what it says. I don't know. I thought it did, but it doesn't seem to be resetting it. It's time for a break. I don't know how to do that. Well, clearly I've done something wrong. Let's see. Let's check. Properties. Supposed to reset it. Well, Bell says he's going to switch me to a better one. This is what I get for trying to do things on my own. Does not seem to want to work. Oh. All right. If I turn it off and back on. There we go. And now we'll start it again. All right. Looks like I got to turn it off and turn it back on again in order to get it to work. So we're a little over. Hope you had an extra long stretch and had plenty of time to go to take a bio break and to get a fresh cup of tea. We're going to restart. This time, I'm going to be working on some research dispatches. Hopefully, I'll be able to get all that done in 25 minutes if I focus. Focus, yes. I'm going to try to focus. Well, now if my mic is low, I could probably just bring it closer to me. See if that helps at all. Make it louder. All right. Having some breakfast. A little yogurt, huh? Late for you, huh? Trying to get through a week's worth of these. About 4. Too bad. So a week's worth is actually 14, so still got a ways to go. Well, there's some. Let's see what's involved in the drafting that I'm doing. I am having to gather some images together and draft things about the images, sort of telling a bit of a story about each image. They're not difficult, they just take a little bit of time. So, all the different things that we do and explain them to the higher ups, give them in a nice visual format that they can understand. Something that's quick and easy. Kind of a nice lazy afternoon. I've got old man here still asleep on the desk and Yippee underneath me, asleep on the carpet. She's very cute and she's sleeping. Yes. Yippee and her sister Poppy. They are our resident canine companions in our bay. Hmm? Probably should have done some warm-ups before jumping into an icon from you. I'm not sure what that means. You're talking about my model. I think you did a fabulous job. I'm absolutely and thoroughly in love with it. I mean, how cute I am. I got little ears and a big bushy tail. I'm so cute. A profile picture for me? On what, Twitch? Oh. We can add it to the to-do list. Maybe you can work on that while I'm finishing drafting my research dispatches. I'm listening to a dog and a cat softly snore. Quite cozy over here. Like it. Oh. He's getting up. Bye-bye. Good. Working with me is working. My mic isn't picking up anything other than my voice. That is perfect. That means you tuned it absolutely perfectly. All right. I am a little over halfway done. I better speed up a smidge, huh? I'm not going to get them all done. About 10 in. 4 more to do. And 8 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. Tinfoil hat. Yep. Oof, that one took longer than was anticipated. 3 more to go. Feel the pressure. I know, but I got other plans. And no, I'm not going to worry about it. If it takes longer, it takes longer. I'll work on those for 25 minutes, and if I don't finish them all up, I'll do them later. Not the end of the world. But it's still nice to get as many done as possible. right. I only hit about 92% of that completion rate, which technically means I'm overachieving if you round generously. In the meantime, we're about to go to a break. Another good time to stretch, get a fresh cup of tea, make a bio break. All right, we're going to put that on time for a break, but we're going to try something a little different. Let's see. This is my first stream, so I'm going to play with something. Oh no.
Well, that's not what I meant to do either. We need this. And then we put this in your
Transmission logs.
transmission. There we go. Now you have a audio source on here. So now this will come through. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for fixing it. No, that's too. It'll be too much.
No.
No, I can't. I can't sip all that much.
Do you want me to make?
I'm only halfway done.
You can. Or wait, while we're just in here.
Okay, problem averted. Okay, let's try this again. So, all right, Loomies, time for transmission logs. Every so often, we get messages from our sister bases scattered around all the territories, and they send their discoveries and their experiments and all stories of ingenuity. And I really like to share them here by the hearth. Today's transmissions are particularly inspiring. If your tea needs refilling or you need a bio break, go ahead and do that. And then meet me by the hearth for a quick break. I'll bring the cookies. Sorry, this is a lot of buttons for me to press, so I've got to figure it out as we go. Yes? What? I pressed my buttons. Okay, so our first signal comes from the Northern Plateau Biodome, a sister base well known for their high-altitude crop experiments and very stubborn engineers, I must say. They've been nurturing a strain of bioluminescent seedlings meant to reduce the dependency on external lighting during power outages. The latest report confirms that the plants have stabilized, and after sundown, they emit a soft green glow, like gold sort of glow, bright enough to guide night crews through the irrigation aisles. The truly remarkable part is that their responsiveness, the seedlings pulse gently when exposed to a low-frequency sound, like music. One technician played an old violin tune during the data collection, and the entire tray shimmered in time with the melody. They have dubbed them lantern seeds. And aside from their obvious utility, morale in the biodome has improved dramatically. Imagine being surrounded by a living constellation each evening, light and leaf all woven together. I have requested a small crate for our own hydroponic corridors, and they make the walk to the kettle far more pleasant after dark. Fish. The next transmission is from our Desert Outreach Post 7, where the filtration towers stand taller than the horizon itself. For months, they've battled sand interference in the condenser arrays, but a particular discovery changed everything. At dusk, when the air cools and the wind pressure shifts, the vents resonate. They produce a harmonic tone so pure that it carries clear across the basin. At first, the technicians logged it as a mechanical fault, but locals from nearby settlements began gathering to listen, describing it as songs from the wells. Now, every evening, just before lights out, workers climb the tower's platforms with their mugs, and they sit quietly as the wind plays through the metal, a natural concert born out of necessity. They've nicknamed it the water song. Productivity reports mention nothing about it, but the morale graphs have spiked skywards. Sometimes, it seems, the best innovations are the ones that make people pause and take a breath together. A brighter update from our metropolitan sister base, the completion of Operation Honeydrop. After years of sterile rooftops and recycled air gardens, the urban collective has successfully introduced micro-apiaries into their food terraces. Early projections expected a minor boost to pollination, but instead, they found an extraordinary effect. Floral yields are up 23%. Fruit density has improved, and several residents reported spontaneous smiles, a metric not often tracked, but enthusiastically noted. The bees, imported from a coastal strain, have adapted beautifully to the city's vertical wind tunnels. The base reports that workers now take breaks near the hives just to listen to the hum, a reminder of what a partnership sounds like. They've promised to send us a sample jar labeled Rooftop Spring. I intend to test it strictly for scientific purposes, possibly on toast or in my tea. And our final dispatch comes from the Seaside Engineering Lab, where researchers have been developing a new structural composite forged from reclaimed ocean debris that they fused with silica. The goal was practical: lighter container walls, lower maintenance, but the result borders on art. When light passes through the finished panels, it scatters like water over sand. Entire hallways now ripple with shifting blues and golds as the sun moves overhead. One scientist described it as living inside the reflection of the sea. The material, dubbed glass tide, is already being tested for greenhouse use. Early trials show improved plant growth due to the diffused spectral light. The lab's productivity reports include a curious footnote. Staff linger longer at their workstations, citing ambiance. You know what? I can't blame them. If you could rebuild the ocean and hang it on your walls, wouldn't you stay a little longer too? Well, those are this cycle's transmissions from our sisters' bases. Proof that even in isolation, innovation and beauty continue to bloom. I will archive these findings in the central log once we're back from break, assuming the cookies survive that long. And if you're returning from break, stretching your fingers, refilling your cups, we will start our last focus block in just a moment. So, I am not going to finish up the last of the research dispatches. I will tackle that later. Instead, I'm going to test our new interface module in Rive. Let's see if I can get the next piece of it working. Feel free to drop in the chat all the things that you're working on. We can keep tasks together. This interface module is about animations, and I'm trying to get them to work. It's a new program for me, working through it, so it takes me a little longer, but to be honest, I really love learning things. So it's kind of fun. So much fun making things move across the screen, like this animated thing. We'll program this in and get all of our soil contents and hydro samples up on the screen. Maybe do some cool. Yes, this animation thing. It's neat. Trying to bring our old systems up to modern day. Add some neat effects to the transitions and getting all the data on the screen so it doesn't look so boring. I'm working on getting all the elements on the screen first, and then after they're moving the way I want them, we'll do a lot of data binding to get all that in there. The bird outside that sounds like a telephone. That's an interesting bird. got a fresh cup of tea. Someone just put it on my desk. How exciting. Thank you. Last year with only Safi to keep me company after my boys moved out. I applied to the base to be added to the Barn Wing Companionship Program. Over the course of the last 18 months, they have sent me 7 adorable feline companions and 2 canine companions, which we've mentioned earlier because Yippee is one of the canine ones and Old Man is one of the felines. But I mention that because one of the other ones has also come to sit on the desk with us. His name is Gibby. He's curled up sound asleep next to the old man, his ears straight out and his tail hanging down. He looks very cute, curled up in his little ball. And yes, you heard me right, 7 of these lovely critters patrol the hydro bay and the soil bay. They keep everyone on their toes, but they do have a job to do, and they do it well. Oh, it completely is. We have a lot of bays here, right? The hydroponic bay, the soil bay is on the left, plus the sleeping quarters and the trees in the back, the far end where Safi's den is. There's a lot of growing space here, so it's good to have them all so they can manage every square footage. It's true. Even one more, I'd be overwhelmed. Is true. Miss Marshmallow. Bug greeted you. Yes. She is plump like a little marshmallow. Agree. But she's got ginormous eyes. She could not be cuter. Oh, stretch my arms for a second. I don't know about you, but the first two, I don't think I focused as well as I could have. This one's a little better, but maybe I just need to practice. Practice focusing, practice in the Pomodoro method, practice being on stream. So I'm glad you're along for the ride. I don't know if you can hear her, but Yippee is yipping. She's trying to get Sappy to come out of the den. Come play with me. The wrong button. Right. Ah. That's me hitting buttons I shouldn't be. Sorry about that. Oh no. I may have reset myself. That's what happens when I click screens that I shouldn't click yet. All right. I was trying to save my work in Rive and hit the wrong button and came into the screen. Well, we have 5 minutes left. I'll keep an eye on the timer. It'll be all right. We've got about 1 minute. I'm going to start saving up when I do it. Hmm. Right. Tell you what, I actually made more progress than I thought I would, even with all the feline interventions and few tech adventures. Works. Now, I want to show you a little bit about our barn wing companion program. So, of our feline companions, we have Bug. She is she is our observation specialist, and she's particularly in the aquatics ring. She's really tiny. She has an oversized curiosity. Most of the time, you find her stationed in front of the hydro tanks, conducting what we like to term long-term fish behavior studies. She will occasionally tap on the glass to test her ripple theory, but she spends a lot more time staring at the fish in there than any other cat combined. Our old man, our designated senior nap coordinator, he's got 12 years of service, and he is quite distinguished gentleman in his cream and gray coat. He's got the demeanor of an ancient monk, though. He's responsible for maintaining the morale. Through strategic lat placement, he emits subsonic purring, known to stabilize all nearby tea infusions. Our Tuxie, he is bay security. He believes himself the commander of all things bays, corridors, and he enforces his protocol with stern headbutts and very disciplinary purrs. He is currently, though, on some serenity tonics after attempting to unionize the snack cabinet, but his productivity remains high. Our resident Zeze cat, she is our solar collaboration technician. Most of the time, she is found stretched below the hydroponic lamp panels, which she claims to be testing. I don't believe her. She waddles with authority, and she is a known tripping hazard, as she likes to nap wherever she wants. She is currently under the basil. Soupies, our silent communications officer, he is a big toasted marshmallow. He doesn't meow, but he prefers telepathic staring until all of his requests are met. He has near perfect attendance at all snack dispersal events. Our Cloud, he's long-haired and orange. He's responsible for all emotional support, and he leaves his fur everywhere. Luckily, we've got robots to help clean that up. He contributes positively to all tactile static levels in the bay and to overall base coziness, though he is sometimes mistaken for a drifting weather pattern. Gibby, our innovation and chaos division head, exhibits advanced problem-solving skills and zero impulse control. He has successfully opened 3 food containers and 1 door via some experimental method. We have no idea how he did it. Our staff describes him as equal parts genius and thunderstorm. He is frequently cited in morale reports. And then our 2 cane time has impulse control. He just doesn't like to use it. Maybe. Our 2 canine companions, Poppy, designated for field recon and fetch operations, although the fetching's a little lax in that one. She is golden-toned and bold and ever ready for the assignment. She specializes in outdoor reconnaissance, morale patrols, and stick logistics. Known to drag half the garden back in from her exploits. She is Safi approved. Everyone loves her, though she's not allowed to bark near the den entrance. That freaks Safi out. And last but not least is Yippee. She is indoor security and our comfort specialist. She's a compact profile with soft ears and a heart larger than her courage, which is entirely lacking, actually. She tends to guard the hearth more than the field, and she's easily startled by vacuum drones, but unmatched in her emotional triage during long, steady nights. These are our Barnwing Companion Program animals. We hope you get to love them as much as we do. Mm. Copy and paste the audio import. Yes, I've got to figure out which one. Let's see. Is it this one? Oh, audio. I just copy here. Let's go here. How does that work? Is it working? Working. Testing. Yes. Awesome. Hey, look, I can copy and paste. Control C, Control V for the win. All right. So, oh, my picture isn't the final one. Darn. Okay. Well, that's okay. It works for now anyway. Our schedule for this week. Today, we have work schedule WRK-001. Thank you for attending class. I appreciate it. And on Wednesday, we are hoping to have Lit 001, where you will be hopefully writing with me. It's a writing thing. Today, we handled the class of Applied Focus and Productivity, which is actually a lab credit for 2 hours. And on Wednesday, hopefully, we will do our Lit credit, which does not show up on here. Oh, going to have to reprimand the teacher for not being clear with the class schedule. So that is our writing class, our composition class, where we will all be writing. And I will have the teacher correct this before next class so you can see what it's all about. And I do have a few announcements for the class, which will be that office hours are by appointment only, and you are responsible for bringing the snacks. Do not feed the moths. They've unionized. And no late submissions will be accepted for credit, as the tea will have gone cold by then. And with that, I want to say thank you very much, Loomies, for being a part of our Work With Me stream. I've really appreciated getting to know you and being a part of your lives for this 2 hours or so. And with that, I will bid you adieu until next class session. Thank you.